Welcome back to Grumpy Vet Garage. Today we're going to get back on our 2007 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD and solve a pretty common problem, which is front CV axles going bad. In this case, the boots being destroyed and spraying grease everywhere. Okay, coming in tight here, we can see the axle nut that's holding the axle in. This is a 36 millimeter nut. If you still have the hub cover, the plastic hub cover, or your center caps are covering up this area, you would probably need to remove the tire first to do that. So jack the car up, remove the tire. To keep this from moving, it could be as simple as having a friend hold the brake while you unscrew this nut. I don't think I'm gonna have that much problem with corrosion. I tried to lube up this nut with anti-seize when I put it on before. This isn't the first time I've changed these axles. But yeah, we need to go ahead and remove this nut. Thought it might behave and come off nicely, but it ended up having to bust out the impact. And there you go, nut removed. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and jack up the truck and remove the front tire. You don't need to remove both, but you should support the whole front of the vehicle. I'm going to use jack stands. You don't want to be up underneath the vehicle without proper support. Okay, so we have the tire off. I still have a jack underneath the subframe, the front subframe of the truck, and I have a jack stand in place in the back. You want to make sure you're being safe. So again, if you didn't have the nut off already, have a friend hold the brake and then go ahead and get the nut off. We already have it off, but we need to try to make sure to break this loose. Make sure these splines aren't seized in here. So coming in with a good center punch and a hammer, you're just going to want to hit the center of the axle and just make sure that it comes free. And I can make it push back so I know that it's not seized in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move the camera, but we need to focus on these bolts that are on the flange for the CV going to the front axle. So as you see right here, with the four-wheel drive not engaged and the truck is off, you can rotate that front axle hub. We need to go ahead and disconnect all of the bolts on that hub. So for all the bolts holding this flange on, it's 15 millimeter. So I'm going to use my impact with an extension and a 15 millimeter socket, and I'm going to just remove all of these bolts. Once you get one bolt removed, you just need to rotate the axle to put the next bolt in position and just remove all of them. Okay, so I have all 6 bolts removed from the flange, and you can already see that the axle is now free on the inside. So as it sits right now, the axle is ready to come out. We just need to get the sway bar end link out of the way. This is a kryptonite unit, so I need to unbolt that, lift it up out of the way, so there's enough room for the big end of the axle going into the hub to actually clear and go down. So you're going to actually come down underneath the subframe, so go towards the inside of the truck to pull out that axle. Okay, so as you can see, the end link is removed. This is a kryptonite unit. The bottom nut is 15/16. This top bolt up here is 15 millimeter. But again, this might not be what you have on your vehicle, but removing this sway bar end link is going to give you more room to remove the axle. So now we can come in, pull the axle down. And as you can see, just like that, it's already pulled free here. Now we just need to get it out of the hub. Okay, so lifting the axle back up, and as you can see, it'll come right out. Okay, so looking side by side, of course, old axle. This boot that I didn't even know was damaged in the back, it was coming apart. And then the front, it came apart and slung grease. So I personally don't recommend you actually trying to rebuild these axles. They're very inexpensive, readily available, very easy to change out. So I would recommend just getting a new unit. Okay, so coming in here, looking at this flange, you're going to want to clean your axle flange up coming out of the differential. Just wipe it down, make sure it's nice and clean. You see this lip here on the edge? That's going to allow it to line up the new flange for the new axle. So there's really no centering problems. It will pop in, go home, and then you can put the 6 bolts back in. And then before you install the new axle, come out here to the splines on your hub, clean them up real good. Either put in some grease. I'm going to end up using some anti-seize that I've had for a billion years. You just want to make sure to coat this this area so it doesn't corrode as bad. I think there's really a limit to how much corrosion you can prevent, but you want to lube up the inside of the spline and then also lube up the splines on the new axle. Okay, now with everything mostly wiped down, I went ahead and took the opportunity to go ahead and grease fittings that are easy to access, so like my tie rods and control arms. So I would suggest doing that if you have the time. But now coming in with our axle, we'll come in from the bottom, pull the axle up, guide it into the hub. Okay, so now the axle is all the way into the hub. And then we can reach up and then place the other end onto our flange. Now I'm just going to temporarily put a bolt into the flange just to hold it from falling back out. That's how easy it is to install. They'll just try to fall right back out. But now we can go ahead and put a little bit of blue Loctite on our axle flange bolts. Again, there's 6 of them, and you're going to torque them to 58 foot-pounds. And then the spline bolt, the large axle nut going through your hub, that is also a lock nut. So these are one-time use nuts. This one here, it's got a slight oval to it. As you torque it down, it will force itself to lock onto the axle. The torque on this nut is 177 foot-pounds. So I'm probably going to speed up the video as I put back together this axle. But again, 58 foot-pounds and then 177 foot-pounds on the axle nut at the wheel. Okay, I'm not going to overthink it as far as torquing those the 58 foot-pounds. Impact driver like this from DeWalt, when you put it on this number 2 setting, it's around that torque. I'm fine with just sending it home. So again, I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, now putting back the sway bar end link. Okay, so the axle is pretty much in. I still need to torque the axle nut to 177 foot-pounds, but I'm going to go ahead and put on the rim first. You're going to torque the lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds. Okay, so the truck's back on the ground. Everything's torqued back on. Went ahead and torqued the center axle nut there to 177 foot-pounds. You need to remember that you're probably going to need a good-sized torque wrench. Like this torque wrench here, it goes up to 250 foot-pounds. If you start getting one that barely does enough to get to the 177, it might cause you to struggle a little bit. So you may want to consider getting a bigger torque wrench. Again, maybe you don't need it, maybe just smoke it down. But again, I got links in the video description for everything I use to change this axle. I think this is a pretty easy DIY. If you understand some basic maintenance, it's really not that difficult to change the axle. Axle nut, flange nuts on the inside, you got to disconnect the sway bar, but it pops right out and pops right back in. Definitely something that you could do in an afternoon. But if you have any questions about replacing this axle, by all means, leave a comment, ask a question. I love to hear from you guys. But if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to Grumpy Vet Garage, liking this video, sharing this video. To support the channel, we have a Grumpy Vet Garage merch store and affiliate marketing links in the video description. Using those links to make any purchase directly supports the channel. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so through our Facebook or Instagram page. Link to both of them are in the video description. But as always, thanks for coming and seeing me in my garage. And until next time, have a good one.